Well, hey, gang, welcome into another edition of Rock Talk right here on CGCM Rock Radio with Rock is Not Dead Australia. My name is Bob Bannister. Do us a favor before we get going on this one. Click that like, that share, that subscribe, all those buttons, and let us know what you think of it. Leave us a comment as well. And it's really important that you do subscribe because it keeps you up to date on what's going on with Rock Talk, keeps you notified when a new video drops, and it helps us out as well. Drop us a comment, let us know. Maybe there's a band or somebody you'd like us to talk to. So this time around on Rock Talk, got to sit down with Jay, the lead singer from Snake Bite Whisky from Australia. These guys are just they're the real deal. They are absolutely amazing, and they're going to be playing a great event coming up. We'll tell you more about that in the video. But these guys are one of those bands. They come on, and I just go, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm listening to this all the way through. The skip button does not get hit, not in the least. It was a fun chat, a fun interview. So what do you say? We step into the studio, sit down, and chat with Jay, the frontman from Snake Bite Whisky, on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and Rock is Not Dead Australia. As promised on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and Rock is Not Dead Australia, we are joined by the one, the only JR, joining us from Snake Bite Whisky in Brisbane, Australia. How you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Good. Again, thanks for having me on the show.
You're quite welcome, my friend, and a big welcome. I got to say, this is a great honor to have you here. I've been doing some work with Shane and the guys from Rock is Not Dead Australia, and
Yeah.
always see the name Snake Bite Whiskey coming up, and just absolutely amazing to have you here. So, give us a story of Snake Bite Whiskey.
Well, what's there to say? So we've been going 11 years now. This is our 11th year. Yeah, 11 years. Two albums out. We're basically Australia's only sleaze metal band, so we're real old school, real, like, we don't, no compromise, no bullshit about us, you know what I'm saying? It's like rock and roll the way it used to be. We don't care if we offend people. We just write the songs that we want to play and that we used to listen to when we were younger and stuff like that. So yeah, it's no full throttle, no compromise, heavy metal kind of meets sleaze rock. It's a bit different, but yeah, we've built a reputation on being like that, not caring and just doing what we want to do, kind of thing. Yeah,
Very cool. And I want to correct you on one thing. Not the way that rock and roll used to be. The way rock and roll is supposed to be, my friend.
exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Loud, proud, and in
Yeah,
your face,
yeah.
100% of the time. So, where'd the name come from? Is there a story behind the name?
Yeah, I mean, I came up with the name. Basically, it was from you can get a whiskey in Thailand which has dead cobra in it. Um,
Really?
yeah, and that's where it kind of came from, Snake Bite Whiskey. And funny enough, we played in Mexico about 7 years ago in Tijuana, and we were walking past this bar, and they had this big jug of tequila with dead cobras in it. So we were like, hell, it was made for us, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's where
There
the
you
name came from.
there
It
you
was
go.
going to be edgy, and
Absolutely, absolutely, and fun at the same time.
yeah, yeah.
So, where do you draw your influences from, Jay?
Um, as a band, we've got, so me and Stacey, the bass guitarist, we started the band, and we're both like quite heavily into sleaze rock, like Guns N' Roses, LA Guns, Faster Pussycat, all that kind of old school Sunset Strip rock and roll
Right.
stuff. He also likes a whole bunch of other stuff like 70s rock, like Deep Purple, things like that. We're both like huge Motorhead fans as well. So Yeah, when we started out, we it was like an express. We really wanted to do some amalgamation of classic Sunset Strip sleaze, but with that edge from Motorhead and a bit of a harder edge, and play around with a bit of sound. Some of the songs we play around with a bit of goth rock, a bit of country, a bit of you know. But we stick within our wheelhouse of that kind of amalgamation of sleaze and heavy metal. Yeah, so that's pretty much where our influences come from.
And of course, you mentioned their Motorhead, and you can't not play this music and have influences from the god himself, Lemmy.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like Lemmy. I mean, Motorhead was a band that appealed across genres.
Absolutely.
Rockers, punks, headbangers. Everybody was into them because he, like Lemmy and that. They never said, "Hey, we're a metal band." They just said, "We're a rock and roll band, man. That's what we're about." And everything, and it's it. And they lived a life. It was, yeah, yeah, inspirational.
So what's your songwriting process like? Is it you come into the band meeting with a fully fleshed out song, or is it somebody else comes in with a riff and you guys just kind of build on it, or what's the story?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's we don't come with full complete wrote songs into the rehearsal room. So basically, yeah, it'll start from a riff or a vocal melody and we'll just jam it out from there. And that way you
Okay.
get it's more organic and everybody's contributing their pieces. We've tried different methods of songwriting. We've tried doing file sharing and things like that recently, and we just find it doesn't really work. Like nobody's, you're not getting the right feeling in the songs, and that
Mm.
could. So yeah, our songwriting process. Funny enough, we had a meeting about this last week about because we're now writing the third album, which is our focus for the first like 6 months of this year is writing and recording the third album. And yeah, we were just like, we got to strip it back to basics and just, get back in the rehearsal room and just jam out the songs. We've got a whole bunch of songs in various kind of like levels of being wrote and completion.
Right.
And that's, yeah, that's our songwriting process.
And so with that being said, how important is having a formula for that? I mean, everybody knows AC/DC's got their formula, three chords and a smile, and
Yeah.
what's yours?
Um, well, we don't have that form, but just just whatever feels good, man. It's we especially me, I like to work off feel. So someone will play a riff and the melody just pops into your head and you go, right,
Right.
I know what I want to do with this. And invariably like the chorus comes to me first and the song title, and then I flesh it out from there because like I know what theme I'm going to go with. And, you know, um, lyrically, everything I write about is from some form of life experience, whether it's mine or one of the guys in the band, and that, so we try and have that element of realism in there. Hopefully, people pick up on it. But when we started out, we got a lot of Steel Panther comparisons because obviously long hair, bandanas, and all that kind of stuff, and we sing about a lot of drinking and all that partying lifestyle. And that's but we're not. We're Steel Panther are kind of like a parody. They're doing it as a
Yeah.
joke. Yeah, whereas we're not doing it as a joke.
You're
That's
the
who
real
we
deal.
are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. We're not. We're the band. Always the band that's kicked out of the bar at the end of the night. We don't play a show and go home and drink tea. We drink ourselves into oblivion. Whether it's right or wrong that's up to other people to decide. But that's how we believe in the rock and roll lifestyle. So yeah.
So how do you guys as a band handle creative disagreements? Like, is it, something somebody doesn't like something? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the
Yes.
fists.
Um, yeah, yeah. It becomes a process of just like nutting out. Basically, depends how big the difference is.
Okay.
Sometimes you just concede a little bit because you think it's not worth the fight. It's not worth getting worked up over like a line or something like that somebody
Yeah.
might want to change. But yeah, we don't really have that many creative differences. Like when we're set, when we know what we're going to do with a song, we pretty much guide it, and then everybody works their piece out. Sometimes there'll be a bit of like, Carl, why don't you try? this kind of drum fill or something like that, and then he'll get a bit pissed off, and it's like I'm a fucking drummer, man. Don't tell me what to do. No. But but yeah, we get along really well. So yeah, songwriting and playing together is pretty smooth. So we don't have too much conflict.
There you go. And you guys have got a pretty big show coming up in March with Rock Is Not Dead. You've got the Bris Vegas Rock Show with you guys
Yep.
and Piston Fist, our friends in Piston
Yep.
Fist and Sound Affliction. March 21st at the Koala Tavern, presented by Rock Is Not Dead Australia. What can fans expect to see you guys on stage? If like a guy like me who's never seen you guys on stage, what can we expect?
It's just full on, man. It's full tilt. Our live show is kind of legendary, I think. It's always teetering on the brink of chaos. But that's rock and roll. That's
Absolutely.
what you do. Um, yeah, it's full on. It's really intense. We don't stop from the opening bar to the last fucking note ringing out. We just give everything we've got every single time. This show, Bris Vegas, though, will be our first of the year. So we're actually we've been playing the same kind of set for the last couple of years, like in same kind of order and stuff
Right.
like that. And we decided this year we're going to change everything up. We're going to tear it apart, reconstruct it, and that. So people will be seeing a brand new kind of set lineup of the set, and quite possibly, well, almost definitely, we're going to debut a brand new track. So
Ooh.
yeah. So we're gonna be blooding the tracks for the new album out as we go along over the shows for this year, for the first part of this year. So yeah. So definitely get along to Koala Tavern for Bris Vegas Rocks, because it's gonna be a blast. And man, you've got all the other bands are legendary, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a killer lineup. You
Absolutely.
can't
It's
go
a hell
wrong.
of a lineup. I'm
Yeah,
jealous. I mean, here I am up in the frozen north and living
should
vicariously
fly
through
out.
Facebook. Well, I
Yeah.
see my prime minister is coming down there in March, so I might have to hide away on his jet or something.
Yeah, just stow away though. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Security be damned. So, do we have a tentative date for album number three for the release?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
It's going to depend on a few kind of factors, but it will be this year. It will be before the end of the year. So
Okay.
you're probably, yeah, we're probably looking earliest August and then probably latest October. So somewhere between August and October. We haven't decided on an actual date yet, and that,
All right.
but there will be lead into it. There'll be singles and videos and all that. So yeah.
Very cool, very cool. And now you mentioned that the band is all balls to the wall on the stage, and one of our sponsors here on CGCM Rock Radio is Iron Maiden Trooper Beer, and we like to find out what have you guys had a Yannick moment? Because Yannick's the guy that drop his guitar, fall on his face, fall off the stage, even. Have you guys had a
Oh, we heard a bunch of those. Yeah. Yeah. Like yeah, for me, yeah, I got so drunk at a show once that we drank like a bottle of Jack in like
Oh.
30 minutes before going on stage. And I actually lost the microphone on stage, and I was crawling around the stage trying to find the microphone. and I've fallen off stage a couple of times. Yeah, Stace has had some moments where he's been so wasted that he didn't know what he was playing. But yeah, it's all kind of fun. We don't try and do that all the time. We want to put on a good show for people, and I think 99% of the time, obviously we do drink a lot and that, but we try and keep it under control before the show, and then
Right.
go like wild after the show and during the show.
So in other words, the Stones put it best. I know it's only rock and roll, but I love it.
Yeah, that's it.
So do you guys have a venue that one venue that just feels like home every time you go there? You walk in, it's just like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I suppose in Brisbane, like, there's been obviously it's the same as anywhere in the world. So many venues have closed and that over
right.
time. Um, But Tomcat is probably our spiritual home right now. It's like we love playing there. It's a yeah, we got a spiritual home, Tomcat. It's great. It's graffiti over the walls. We actually shot the Last Man Standing video there. So if you see that video, that's the actual van. That
Okay,
is the
cool.
venue. Yeah, we shot it there. So we play there a bunch of times. Normally, when we play there, we try and do it every like 3 or 4 months, so we don't overplay Brisbane. And it packs out. You'll get like, yeah, it'll virtually sell out every time. So yeah, it's a great venue to play.
Now, is there a piece of advice you'd like to pass along to a younger band that's maybe just starting out that you wish you could have gotten?
Yeah, what would I say to a younger band starting out? But the biggest piece of advice I would give a band is stick at it. Like that that is always the hardest part, and that's what kills bands is they get to like the 3 5 year kind of hump
Mhm.
where they're not maybe at a level that they thought they would be, um, and then they just break up. And that's, you just got to stick at it because it's not easy. It's not all going to be, groupies and parties.
Exactly.
It's hard work a lot of the time, and to keep 4 or 5 guys together and focused and moving forward all the time, man, it's difficult. We've changed lineup quite a few times and that. So yeah, my big piece of advice is just stick at it, man. Like take it when they, keep knocking on the doors because you'll knock on 100 doors, but one of them will open, and that's the one you want to open. But just don't get discouraged and enjoy what you're doing, man. It's a blast, Yeah, if you're in a band, especially starting out, and that you're doing stuff which most people only ever dream of doing. So it's
Right on.
have a blast.
Now, do you have that one song maybe comes on the car radio or your Spotify or whatever, and you just stop and just go, "Damn, I wish I wrote that song."
Oh, there's a few of those. um, yes, I think probably "Welcome to the Jungle"
Oh yeah.
is the one song that I would. It's just like such a statement of intent. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
the way it opened album, and you just like that. It laid it all out. You knew everything you had to know from that one song, and it's like, yeah, for me, that is that kind of song that I wish I could write or have, or had written. Yeah, but just because of that whole, yeah, the attitude, it summed up their life at the time, and it was just pure venomous rock and roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
That's
absolutely, absolutely. So before we wrap things up here, Jay, I like to do a little thing called this or that. It's got nothing whatsoever to do with music. It's just some top of the head questions, rapid fire, top of the head answers. If you're ready,
cool.
we'll jump on
Yep.
in. Morning person or night owl?
Night Owl,
Uh, chocolate or vanilla?
chocolate,
Oceans or mountains?
mountains,
Beach or swimming pool?
uh, swimming pool,
Sugary treats or spicy snacks?
spicy snacks,
Are you a dog person or cat person?
dogs, all the way.
There you go. And finally, the last question here. Pineapples on pizza, yes or no?
Yeah, I can go it. It's weird, but I can go it.
Right on. There you go. Hey, Jay from Snake Bite Whiskey, want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk. Take a moment and shamelessly self-promote the band.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't checked us out, check us out. We're on YouTube, Spotify. We have our website, snakebitewhiskey.com, and run all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram. We're not on TikTok though. Fuck that shit. um, yeah, if you don't know who we are and you're curious, just come and check us out. It's real rock and roll, the way it should be played and the way it was played in the past. We're keeping it alive.
Very, very cool. Again, thank you very much for joining us in this edition of Rock Talk. Jay from Snake Bite Whiskey. Thank you
Thank you.
again, and we'll catch you again next time on another edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and Rock is Not Dead Australia.
Cool. Thanks, man.